Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, 2 years after their first title, the Raptors...
I agree, David. They are a quality organization. They always find a way. Thank you. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at New York, they hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And of course, the Toronto Raptors, they have a lot of ground to make up.
Well, I think for New York, they've been taking no prisoners here in the early part of the season. It's been a very fast start and a lot of focus for this group.
They were in mid-season form right off the bat. And like you said, that focus, it shows how determined this group is to make this a season to remember.
So the New York starting five. Riley is out there with Collins, and it's Toliver in at the small forward position. And for the Raptors, guard spots filled by Van Vliet and Trent. Anunoby out there with Chris Boucher. And it's Achua in at the five. With COVID shortening the season and the schedule being tinkered with, Steve, do you think the NBA will make permanent changes to the season schedule?
No, I don't think so. I think the length of games will go back to normal. I do think they might have a mid-season tournament. There's been talk of that, but so far, I think the games will reduce just because of COVID. It should go back to normal.
Here is Riley, and the points coming for him in big bunches. His average stands at just about 29.5 points a game.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Passes to Achua. Here's Van Vliet. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. Shot clock at 6. They set the pick. Toronto needs to get off the shot. Anunoby has the open look. Hits it from three-point range.
What I like about OG Anunoby for a young player, he's not pushing to do more than they want him to do.
Collins kicks to Toliver. He lobs it up.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for Toronto. We play just over a minute here in the first. Now, here's Anunoby. This came out, he had 14. Here's Boucher. Toliver for three. A shot off that time. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
They knew that the arena would be rocking. And if they could execute well on the offensive end, they knew they could quiet down this hostile crowd.
Here's Collins. The Raptors getting the bucket. And he goes in for the dunk.
That was a clever move, slicing his way past the taller defender and finishing with some flavor.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Van Vliet attacking. Spins. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
What agility from Fred Van Vliet in the paint, zipping around the defense.
And Steve, along with everything else he does, Van Vliet's effectiveness as a playmaker is key for this team.
It is, Kevin. He makes great reads, he makes the right pass, and he doesn't turn the ball over.
Now, here's Anunoby. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his first personal.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws of the game.
At the line for your Raptors, Gary Trent Jr.
And they drop, so they now lead by 1. He's perfect from the line this time.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Collins in the post, defended by Trent. Toliver kicks to Collins. Pass to Riley. Fires top of the key. And again, it's New York.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Riley against Van Vliet. Lets the three fly. Knocks down the three ball. Van Vliet's got his second basket of the night.
You have to respect Fred's range. If not, he'll make you pay.
To the middle. Here's Boucher. Pass to Ananobi. Moves back up. Got a hand on it. Collins wide open. He fires. No good on the three.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
Van Vliet against Riley. Now, here's Trent. He's guarded closely. And he uses the glass on the lane. Trent's got 6.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
And Riley gets it to go.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Ladies and gentlemen, your North Side Crew.
There before you are the teams that have been absolutely red hot for the last 10 games.
They've just been taking smarter, higher percentage shots, and they are hitting them with regularity right now.
Toronto with the ball. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
And they swept the season series against them last year. They really did have the upper hand.
Here's McKayla. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. It's tipped. Here is Toliver, covered by Birch. Back to Toliver. The pass to Collins. There's the lob to the hoop.
You see his length, the explosion, making sure of that one.
And here are the Raptors now. Dragic with it. What a tremendous game he played against Cleveland. Count that one.
That was good defense, but better offense by going Dragic, shooting with a hand in his face.
And the foul on Kimber.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Checking in for the away team, number 24.
It's tipped. Fast break Toronto. And the rejection by Collins. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And in a close game, blocks like that are so clutch, and that could be a real difference maker here tonight.
Dragic with a wide open look. And again, Toronto with the triple. New York trails by 5. Here is Riley. He has 5. Shoots the 3. Tries again. Jacks up a 3. Good on the three-point shot.
3 points.
8 points for him.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Yeah, both teams in the zone early. Stops have been almost impossible to come by. That's a good opportunity, but he needs to go up a little stronger, in my opinion.
Yes. Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
We know this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second-chance opportunities.
A nice shot.
Nice find by Dragic. Great vision, unselfish basketball.
Riley kicks to Collins. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Raptors leading by 3. Here's Mikhailuk. Pass to Birch. We've got 1:18 left to play in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
It remains Toronto ball.
So it's Toronto now. Blocked again. And he's able to get it back. And he gets it back. At the elbow, Collins. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Pass to Achua. Back to Dragic. Pass to Achua. Here's Mikhailuk. 5 to shoot. Down low. Here's Birch. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Raptors lead by 3. A 3-ball sinks the three-pointer. He's got 11.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering. That's something you hate. You're trying to come in with an aggressive mindset, and that early foul can take you right out of it.
He's checked in for the Raptors.
Raptors. OG Anunoby.
24 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. That one goes in. And so it's New York with it, trailing by 2. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
Yeah, and you can see the crowd's reaction with every make. It wasn't pretty.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Toronto ahead. They lead by 2. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The smashing Slovenian Goran Dragic told us about his attacking style of play.
Try to get inside the paint and collapse the defense, and then we spray the ball. And our saying is good to great. Sometimes you have a good shot, but if you make an extra pass, you're gonna have a greater shot.
Greg, you love that unselfish style, don't you?
Yeah, he can definitely score, but you combine that with his passing, and even more for the defense to worry about.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
This is where you credit the guys in the front office for going out and getting you the pieces you need.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Toronto right now, guard spots filled by Van Vliet and Trent. There's Boucher out there with Anunoby, and it's Birch in at the 5 spot. Boucher up top. Anunoby passes to Boucher. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. Lock at 6. Back to Boucher. Hits the three-point bomb. Boucher's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Kicks it out to Collins. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Collins has got it all tied up now for New York. Now, here's Trent. He's guarded by Collins. Riley against Van Vliet. Got a piece of it. Toliver for 3. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4. And teams often try to slow down point guards with bigger defenders. But, Greg, you locked up without that edge. How'd you do it?
Real athleticism, Kevin, and they robbed us out.
Van Vliet against Riley. The shot by Birch, no good.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
And again, New York with the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost
Toronto
exclusively
with the timeout.
from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Hey fans, who wants a free t-shirt? Time to make some noise. All right, look who's coming on the floor. Come on and get loud for your Northside crew.
He's checked in for Ken Birch. Let's see some of the numbers here for him.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Raptors trail by 6. Inside, here's Van Vliet. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
They've gotten away from the inside game this quarter. It was working well for them in the first. They should get back to that game plan. Work it inside and punish the D down low.
At the line for Toronto, Fred Van Vliet, shooting 1.
And along with production, this team really thrives on Van Vliet's leadership.
He sets a great example with his toughness, his dedication, and his teammates believe in him and believe they're going to win, partly because of him.
Anunoby in the corner for the 3. Riley grabs the miss. New York leading by 3. It's Collins. Whoa! And that's a rugged play.
That one was big time.
And that's rocking the rim. Give him the 2 points and tacked on some for style.
Oh, he deserves them. He deserves all the points he can get there. Sensational.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Number 24. That's his first personal foul. 3rd team foul.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Trent up top. He's guarded by Collins. 5 on the clock. Cranes the 3-pointer. Van Vliet's got 11 points.
Comfortable in catch-and-shoot situations. Fred does a lot of things for this team.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Pascal Siakam was the most improved player in 2019. He says, I love that I cannot be able to do something, but if I put in a lot of hours doing it, I can become good at it. The former 27th pick overall said, not to sound arrogant, but I saw this coming. Guys, he bet on himself.
He did. He was smart. He certainly put in the work. D.A., thank you. Anunoby against Riley. Now, here's Trent. D right on him. 14 feet away. And that one hits back iron.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Collins. And it's Toronto with the rebound. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. And so New York goes timeout. They're first.
Timeout, away team. It's time for t-shirts. Ladies and gentlemen, your North Side Crew.
Some changes here for the Raptors. Watanabe's checked in for Anunoby. And it's Dragic in for Trent. the Raptors now. Here's Dragic. Will not go. This is off the front iron. New York's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Covered by Achua. Here's Riley. Drills the three-pointer. 17 points in the game.
They've been outstanding from beyond the arc this quarter. Their percentage has been climbing steadily.
Here's Dragic going inside. Dragic against Riley. To the wing on the left. And Collins gets double-teamed. Shot clock at 5. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Goran Dragic.
At the line for
And
2.
a closer look here at the hustle stance for New York.
They're doing a great job defensively down low. They've already racked up a lot of blocks. They've established an intimidation factor early in this one.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
And Toronto making a change here. Luke is checked in. Here's Watanabe. Achua. And they recover it. Got a hand on it. Here's Riley. New York, no good that time either. Raptors trail by 5. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Mikhailuk. It's tipped. Huff, he's guarded by Dragic. And it goes down 2 points. He's got 21.
This has been a tremendous quarter for him. Everything he puts up now looks like it's going in.
Shot to stop the run, and he lays it up and in. Dragic has got 9 points.
And we see this a lot with Goran, using his size and craftiness to finish inside.
And Dragic with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the Knicks.
Ken Burge is checked in for the Raptors. Dragic the pass to Burge. It's rebounded by New York.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Into the lane. Toliver for 3. Connects from 3-point range. Toliver's got the lead up to 8 now for New York.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball.
15 foul.
And throughout his career, Dragic has been a leader. It's a natural fit for him.
Duncan Robinson called him the
At the
ultimate
line for
leader.
2.
Dragic, leader of his national team for a decade now. Guy just embraces the responsibility of it all.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
You know, a former second-round pick, Goran Dragic, continues to add to his impressive NBA resume. An effective combo guard who plays with a lot of confidence.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is
Toronto with the timeout. The loudest and craziest fans get a free t-shirt. Let's see it, fans. All right, they'll be stepping on the court. Come on and get loud for your Northside crew.
And let's take a moment to show you the NBA's best rebounding teams over the last 10 games.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with some extreme physicality.
1:32 left in the first half. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. New York leading by 9. There's the dish to Cole. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Goran Dragic.
And looking at his offensive numbers in the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Watanabe passes to Boucher. Out of bounds. New York takes possession.
Away
And a
team
moment
ball.
now to look at the stats for Cole. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. He's putting up 13 points a game, 8 rebounds, and over 2.5 blocks. But you look at the rebound totals, and it's a big part of what he does for this team.
He has ferocity down low. He sets the tone for this club night in and night out.
Second chance effort. And again, New York turns it over.
Toronto ball.
Here's a look at what's coming up for New York. On Monday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards.
And looking at the Philadelphia matchup, this is what the fans have been wanting to see. Two of the best teams in the league duking it out. And you know whoever gets the win is going to be viewed as the team to beat. And with the moment, let's check out the stats for Toliver. The past month has been surreal. First in three-point shooting, and not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And not only is he hitting from deep, he's doing it with great consistency. One of our league's most efficient three-point shooters. Here's Dragic. It's rebounded by New York.
Good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Here's Cole. Boucher defending. This one for 3. Goran Dragic grabs the board. And it's Dragic with the ball for the Raptors. 9-point game. Here's Mikhaili. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. Toliver for 3. It's good from long range. Toliver's got 11.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
Huff.
At the end of the first half of play, the
I did not think he was going to get that off in time.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the shot clock. Ended the quarter the right way.
And so it's New York. Their lead at 15 going into the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're...
Thanks very much. Here with Nick Nurse. Coach, the efficiency wasn't there in the first half. What adjustments do you need to make?
I thought we got pretty good shots, you know, and if we're not going to score, it makes getting our defense set up difficult. So you got to keep shooting and hopefully start making some of them.
You can't score until you shoot, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
We'll get to the first half action in just a second, but first, let's take a look at where teams are sitting in the power rankings. And these power rankings, no doubt, derive from an intricate formula. Kenny, do you like what you see?
Yeah. Looks good enough for me.
How about you, Dr. O'Neill?
I'm still compiling my computations, but oh no, absolutely not over that nonsense.
And right now, let's talk about that monster first half for New York.
Their effort on the glass, absolutely key to setting the tone. They wanted to send a message with their physicality, and they wanted to dominate on both ends. A really terrific performance thus far.
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And here are the Raptors now, down by 15. And New York, look at what they've got. Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
That's what happens when nothing goes your way. You start to lose focus, and it makes matters worse.
How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Achua. Achua's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Anunoby. That's tipped. The tray. They get the rebound. Kicks it to Toliver. 6 on the shot clock. And there's...
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Trent passes to Van Vliet. No good from outside.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
They grab their own miss. At the elbow, it's Cole.
Come get it, come get it.
Huff, covered by Van Vliet. And stolen by Achua. Now, here's Anunoby. He's guarded closely. That bucket in no time at all. Anunoby's got his 2nd basket of the night. Driving inside. And Boucher sends it back. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. Toronto calls timeout.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
Your North Side Crew.
And now we go to our rookie leaderboard to get a check on the players at the top of the freshman class in assists over the last 10 games. Van Vliet with it. He's picked up by Collins. The pass to Boucher. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 5 assists tonight.
I like how Fred Van Vliet stays patient. Eyes up, finds the breakdown in the defense.
Collins in the post. Defended by Trent. Takes a 3. Cole's shot is good. Cole's got 7.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Trent gets the bucket.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
Collins passes it to Riley. Rebound by the Raptors. Achua's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Passes it to Trent. To the paint. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Achua.
The D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the court.
Collins passes it to Riley. Here's Cole. Boucher defending. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. New York shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. The Raptors making a switch here. Birch is checked in. Raptors trail by 14. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Anunoby. Back to Van Vliet. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
This is what happens when Fred gets into a rhythm. His whole offensive game rises to another level. And what you like about Anunoby is how efficient he's become. Good to great shot selection. Hits for a solid percentage from the field, from three, and from the line.
Now Trent. 8 points for him. It's deflected. Here's Riley. Up and in on the way. 23 points in the game.
And another efficiency of Anunoby's, he takes care of the rock.
And for a young player, you're right, GA, he makes very few mistakes. And if he does make a mistake, they don't pile up and become a problem. He just moves on to the next play. Just taking what the defense allows, and that's a shot he'll make all night.
8 away. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Cole's got 14 points for the game.
So reliable. They've really leaned on him at the offensive end.
Right wing. Back to Birch. And no good that time. And New York will come the other way. Takes a step back. Riley kicks to Cole. Here's the three. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
I don't know what Coach told him at halftime, but he is shooting the lights out right now.
And it's denied. Out to the wing. And stolen by Achua. Now, here's Trent. He's guarded by Collins. Huff. He's guarded by Anunoby. Driving the lane.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Van Vliet passes to Trent. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 6 assists now in the game.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Huff driving to the basket. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then follows it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback. Here's Van Vliet. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs it right into the screen, and then gets the basket. Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up. A moment to check out the numbers for Fred Van Vliet. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. 5th in steals, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And back to what you said, top 5 in steals this year. Quick hands and great anticipation. Here's Mikhailuk, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
The defense decides to gamble off him, and he cashes in.
Here's Collins. Pass to Riley. There's the three. Rebound by the Raptors. Watanabe's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
You just can't afford to leave open shooters in this league. Everyone is practicing the three.
Riley against Dragic. Fades. And Cole gets to Collins. 4 on the clock. Here's Riley. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. 25 points in the game.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Here's Riley, and the foul called on OG Anunoby.
OG
That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. 2nd team foul. Coming on the floor for the away team.
Dragic against Riley. And the jumper is good. And New York leads by 13.
Whoa, he really got his defender on his heels on that one. What a fantastic play, guys. He's got a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Yeah, the defense has allowed him to get into a rhythm from there, and he's been relentless.
And so it's New York going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Back to the action after this word.
Ladies and gentlemen, your North Side Crew.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us.
And let's hear it.
They've got Dragic. Kim Birch is out there with Chris Boucher. And it's Watanabe in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Back to Collins. New York now working with the new shot clock. Ripped away. Now the Raptors moving it up. Outside Dragic. Off target from three-point range. New York leading by 10. It's Collins with the drive. And Boucher sends it back. And the pass to McCarry. He dishes it to Dragic. 9 feet out. Green for 2 points. Dragic has got it back down to single digits for Toronto.
The defense seized up just a little bit there, and it cost them dearly.
They get it back. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
Passes it to Birch. Here's McCauley. Five on the clock. To the inside. There's Boucher.
Away team foul. Number 12.
And a moment now, look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for New York.
At the line,
I mean, a fantastic game for them in open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
Second free throw, no good. New York leading by 9. Huff. Nailed from three-point land.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
I mean, defensively, if you have any hope of coming back in this game, you can't afford to give him those looks.
A 3. It's hauled in by Achua. Achua's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And Vliet on the wing. It's deflected, and so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. He's checked in for Toronto.
Raptors. OG Anunoby.
For 3, Van Vliet. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Boucher defending. Huff. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. And New York leads by 12. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Lets it go with the 3. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Toronto, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. That's tipped. They get it back. Defended by Trent. Riley. And again, New York with the triple.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Here's Here's Van Vliet. Count it. And with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor.
Playing from behind right here. Not easy, but he is answering the bell.
The reason why is not just scoring, it's the way he's doing it. Efficient. That's what you need at this point in the game.
Pass to Toliver. Launches a three. It's hauled in by Achua. Raptors trail by 10. And here's Trent. Pass to Van Vliet. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Timeout, away team. All right, fans, get on your feet and make some noise for teacher time. Ladies and gentlemen, your North Side Crew.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in on the New York head coach talking to his team. He told them, look, we're in a good spot. The one thing I want you guys to do, stay in the moment. Don't look ahead. Stay in the moment and compete. Kevin, we'll see if they can keep focused.
Thank you, David. New York leading by 7. Tries to the hoop. Tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul to the go to the line.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
And he makes the first.
Toronto foul. Chris Boucher. That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
And so he hits both. Toronto, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Here's Trent, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, Gene, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response. This is the guy who had 3 threes in the first half. Since then, still waiting on number 4.
Now, here's Achua. Tight defense on him. It's Trent on the wing. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
First free throw is good.
Gary Trent Jr. taking 2 shots.
Trent hits them both. New York leading by 5. From deep. Toronto grabs the miss. Achua's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Anunoby in the corner. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And they've had the advantage tonight on the glass, and that's another big one.
Here's Collins.
Away team foul. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
The Raptors have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%. To finish the layup. Van Vliet's got 17 points here in the second half.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him. Talk about making halftime adjustments. You love what they're doing with him now offensively.
Trent up top. No good off the front iron. New York leading by 6. New York moving the ball around. Here is Toliver. From the arc. And again, New York with the triple.
Just a humongous quarter for him. especially from long range, just in a groove now, and then Trey is back there.
Wants a t-shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, your North Side Crew.
Riley's checked in. Raptors trail by 9. Now, here's Trent.
2 minutes remaining in regulation time.
And Gary Trent gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
New York leading by 9. There's the pass to Riley. It's over Van Vliet. And again, it's New York. And the Raptors with the ball. There's a minute 40 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Trent. Bangs home the trifecta. Trent's got 14 points here in the second half.
I like what he's doing here. Terrific efficiency scoring the basketball.
Van Vliet brings the double team. And again, New York with the triple.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Achua, no good. For New York, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Riley can't hit. Raptors trail by 11. Passes to Trent. No one near him. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
And you have to credit Anunoby. He's put in the work to become a better playmaker.
To the left wing. Huff. He's guarded by Anunoby. From deep, Collins. It doesn't go for him. And Toronto will go the other way with it. A steal. Out left to the wing. Puts up a 3 at basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference. Great timing. That could be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
The win.
That's
a solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one was down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Right now, let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game.